Adele Emily Gouraguine, born March 10, 1987, better known as Emeli Sandé copyright, is an English-born, Scottish recording artist and songwriter. She first became prominent after she featured on the track Diamond Rings by the rapper Chipmunk. It was their first top 10 single on the UK singles chart. In 2010, she featured on Never Be Your Woman by the rapper Wiley, which became another top 10 hit. In 2012 she received the Brit Awards Critics' Choice Award. She has written for a number of artists, including Alicia Keys, Cher Lloyd, Parade, Susan Boyle, Gabrielle, Preeya Kalidas, Rihanna, Leona Lewis, Alesha Dixon, Amber Riley, Cheryl Cole, Tinie Tempah, Ella Henderson, Mutya Keisha Siobhan, and Fantasia Barrino. In 2010, she signed a publishing deal with EMI Music Publishing. She later announced that Virgin Records had given her a record deal. Sandé Copyright released her first solo single Heaven in August 2011. Sandé Copyright has 3 number-one singles across the United Kingdom and Ireland with Read All About It with Professor Green, Next to Me, and Beneath Your Beautiful, a collaboration with Labrinth. Her album Our Version of Events spent 7 non-consecutive weeks at number 1 and became the best-selling album of 2012 in the UK, with over 1 million sales. In 2012 she performed in both the opening and closing ceremonies of the London Olympics. Early life: Emeli Sandé Copyright was born Adele Emily Sandé Copyright in Sunderland, to a Zambian father, Joel Sandé Copyright, and English mother, Diane Sandé Copyright Wood, on March 10, 1987. Her father moved from Zambia and met her mother while they were both at university in Sunderland. The family moved to Alford, Aberdeenshire when she was 4. Sandé Copyright studied medicine, in the 5-year MBCHB course, at the University of Glasgow, where she obtained a degree in neuroscience. She has stated that education was one of the most important things to her, because, if her music career failed, she would have something to fall back on. Further, Sandé Copyright said that her manager, Adrian Sykes, waited patiently from when she was 16. Adrian really respects that I want to get an education behind me. He also knows my parents are keen that I finish university. Sandé Copyright has a tattoo of artist Frida Kahlo. Sandé Copyright wrote her first song at age 11, for her primary school talent show. She remembers that was the first time I thought I might be a songwriter. I always knew I wanted to be a musician and I knew I wanted to write because the people I was listening to all wrote. I never thought it was an option to sing anyone else's songs. The first song she wrote was called Tomorrow Starts Again. The song had proper structure and even a middle 8. Choice FM invited the 15-year-old Sandé Copyright to London to take part in their rapology competition. Richard Blackwood also had her down to MTV's Camden Studios to sing gospel. Sandé Copyright attended school at Alford Academy in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, at which her father was a teacher. She said, "I hated to be ill and to miss a day because I was so hungry to learn. I was very shy, nerdy and extremely well behaved. Inevitably, throughout secondary school, it was part and parcel of my identity that I was Mr. Sandé Copyright's daughter. No way could I muck about or get into trouble, because it would have got back to him within minutes. And Dad was strict, let me tell you." Career, 2008. €10, Career beginnings. Sandé Copyright's sister made a video of her playing the piano and singing to one of her favorite songs, Nasty Little Lady. They sent the clip to Trevor Nelson's BBC Urban Music competition. Sandé Copyright won the show and was offered a record deal, but the management that she met via the competition decided against the deal. Emeli had become involved in the Urban Scot collective who helped and encouraged her career by promoting her in Scotland, and according to Emeli Sandé Copyright, the biography written by David Nolan in 2013. Also released an album of songs called Have You Heard? On Glasgow Sal John Records, which was sold at gigs. Several tracks were also made available to download. Her parents also sent BBC Radio 1 Extra a CD of her songs. Raz Quain played her on his Homegrown sessions, and 4 artists that year were asked to do a show in Soho. She met with Watford-born music producer-writer Shade Khan, also known as Naughty Boy, who had previously worked with Ms. Dynamite and Bashi, and they began writing tracks for artists such as Alesha Dixon, Chipmunk, Professor Green, Devlin, Preeya Kalidas, Cheryl Cole, and Tinie Tempah. Sandé Copyright soon signed a record deal with Virgin Records and EMI Records. In an interview, she said, "I was doing a show in London for Onextra and I met this guy called Naughty Boy. We got in the studio and we clicked work-wise. We just started writing, not necessarily for me, we just thought let's write a pop tune, unregistered trademark and experiment. And we wrote the Chipmunk track and I thought nothing of it. Naughty Boy sent it off to Chipmunk, who really liked it and wrote his stuff around it." She signed a record deal with Virgin Records in 2010. She later signed another deal with EMI Records in early 2011. Sandé Copyright made her singing career debut in 2009 after appearing on the track she wrote for Chipmunk's first debut single, Diamond Rings. The single charted at number 6 on the UK singles charts, making it Chipmunk and Sandé Copyright's first ever top 10 hit. She later appeared on another single singing guest vocals, after collaborating with Wiley on his comeback single Never Be Your Woman. The single charted at number 8 on the UK singles charts, becoming Sandé Copyright's second consecutive top 10 single. Sandé Copyright decided against using the name Adele Sandé Copyright, due to Adele's growing success, so used her middle name instead. She revealed, "I changed it as soon as Adele came out. I just thought, you've kind of taken the name now, so I went with my middle name. She was just getting bigger and bigger, so I thought I just really need it." 2011 13, our version of Events and Breakthrough. Sandé Copyright revealed her first solo single would be released in early 2011. There was some speculation surrounding what track she would release, after many newspapers stated that it would be Daddy. The first official single from her upcoming debut album was Heaven, and was released on August 14, 2011. The song has received positive reviews from blogs such as This Must Be Pop and Robot Pigeon. She confirmed that Daddy would be the second official single released from our version of Events. Sandé Copyright achieved her first number 1 single on the UK singles chart after Read All About It entered at number 1. On November 26, Sandé Copyright performed at the LG Arena in Birmingham for BRMB 2011. On December 15, 2011, she was named as the Brit Awards Critics' Choice for 2012. Her album Our Version of Events reached number 1 in the UK after its release in February 2012. Sandé Copyright's debut album includes songs written by her and has been reviewed as having richly melodic, classically powerful, retro-futurist soul pop songs. It was announced that she was up for another Brit Award in 2012, for British Breakthrough Act. Sandé Copyright went on to write material for the original lineup of Suja Babes. On January 24, 2012, Sandé Copyright performed a one-off gig for Q Magazine at XOYO, London. She was supported by British soul singer Michael Kiwanuka. She recorded a version of David Guetta's Titanium, and the pair performed the song at EMI Music Awards in France. Sandé Copyright has penned a track for Naughty Boy's upcoming LP entitled Hollywood, which features soul singer Gabrielle. It is about fame coming and going and will be released in November. On July 27, 2012, Sandé Copyright sang Abide With Me at the opening ceremony of the 2012 Summer Olympics, and her song Heaven was used to accompany the section with So Tim Berners-Lee. Both appear on the Isles of Wonder CD of the opening ceremony's music. NBC also used her song Wonder during the credits roll at the end of the tape-delayed ceremony broadcast in the United States. On August 12, 2012, Sandé Copyright sang Read All About It at the closing ceremony, while a video montage of emotional scenes from the games was shown. She also covered a version of John Lennon's Imagine exclusively for the BBC, who used it for their end credits montage at the conclusion of their Olympics coverage. Sandé Copyright is a winner of the 2013 European Border Breakers Awards. The European Border Breakers Awards honor the best new music acts in Europe. The award ceremony takes place at the Eurosonic Noorderslag Music Festival in Groningen. She won 2 Brit 2013 awards for Best British Female and Best British Album. In January 2013 it was revealed that Ella Henderson has anticipated work with Sandé copyright on her debut album. The song Next to Me won 2 Ivor Novello Awards for Best Song Musically and Lyrically, and PRS for Music Most Performed Work in 2013. 2013, second studio album. In May 2013, she performed at the White House in Washington, D.C., as one of the featured artists at the award ceremony when President Obama presented Carole King with the Library of Congress Gershwin Medal. From June 2013, Sandé Copyright will be writing her second upcoming studio album, which is slated for release in summer 2014. She has already written several songs, which include Pluto with Naughty Boy, Enough, Call Me What You Like, You and Me, and This Much Is True, which was written for her husband, Adam. During U.S. summer tour in July 2013, Sandé Copyright performed Free from Rudimental's album Home, lifted from Naughty Boy's album Hotel Cabana. From the beginning of 2013, Sandé Copyright has been working on her second studio album, which is slated to be released in 2015. Artistry, musical style. Sandé Copyright possesses a soprano vocal range. Sandé Copyright said she wanted her music to be remembered as that of Nina Simone, one of her favorite artists. She went on to say, Nina Simone achieved this for herself and writing her own songs is the best way possible. She also said, these days nothing lasts, music is like fast food, you're in then you're out. She said, as much as she would like, she would never play the piano as well as Simone, but she would give it her best shot. She loves the songs Simone produced, including I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free, and Simone's version of I Think It's Going to Rain Today. She said that Simone's original songs are very poetic and she said so when I listen to commercial stuff at the moment, Euro unregistered trademark I'm just thinking Euro Havna Euro unregistered trademark T you heard Nina Simone, Havna Euro unregistered trademark T you heard how a song should be written? She went on to say we choose and consume, feast and forget, then rush on to the next hot thing. There's no point chasing that kind of success because it's so transient. Far better to follow own paths and be true to. Sandé Copyright began working in the studio with Naughty Boy in 2009, where the pair first worked together on Chipmunk's debut album, I Am Chipmunk. When Sandé Copyright was 16 years of age, her parents took her to Alicia Keys' Songs in A Minor tour and she said she always wanted Keys to hear her music. She spoke on why she likes Keys so much. Euro unregistered trademark D read about her background and identified with her on so many levels. She was mixed race like me, a great student where Euro unregistered trademark D been top of her class, who played piano and loved Nina Simone. And there she was in the pop charts, yet with songs that had a message. I saw 16,000 people hanging on her every word and thought, I want this kind of attention. I want Alicia to know my music. The pair met when Sandé Copyright had just came back from New York and just began a second songwriting stint, but this time involved with Keys. The pair sat at a piano and played for hours trying to come up with a good track. She said that she wanted the songs on her debut album to be fresh and she wanted to try and take it back how she wrote songs at the beginning of her career. Sandé Copyright had classical music training as a songwriter in her teens and learned to play the piano at an early age, and getting across that she played, made and wrote her own music was very important to her. She said on the album, she wanted people to see every side of her as an artist, so it was important to have songs there where there could be a real connection with the lyric, rather than there just be throwaway pop music. Joni Mitchell and Lauryn Hill were also major influences for the album. Songwriting. While making her debut album, Sandé Copyright began to work with Tinie Tempah. She co-wrote Let Go, on which she provided guest vocals. She also started working with Devlin after recording a song titled Dreamer. Sandé Copyright later revealed she would be working on Alesha Dixon's upcoming album, The Entertainer. She co-wrote the hit single Radio along with Shade Khan and co-wrote tracks on Cheryl Cole's albums as well as Professor Green's album, which Sandé copyright gave guest vocals on. She revealed that she is Simon Cole's favorite songwriter at the moment, due to her writing songs for Leona Lewis and Susan Boyle. Sandé copyright stated in an interview. She said that she would love to meet Boyle after writing songs for her, saying, "I have no unregistered trademark T met her yet. I just send her the song. Unregistered trademark D love to meet her because I think she's a bit of a rock star." One song that Sandé copyright had co-written for Boyle will appear on her new album, titled This Will Be the Year. Leona had heard a couple of songs, so we had a week in the studio with her. Leona and I got along really well. Then we had another week together. It was very natural. She recorded a song called Trouble and another called Mountains, so I look forward to hearing them on her album. There have been rumors she's writing a song for Rihanna. It was revealed after Professor Green announced his album tracking list for his album, At Your Inconvenience, that Sandé copyright would feature on the first single from the album, Read All About It. The single was released in October 2011 before the album was released. The pair also performed the song live on the X Factor results show. She draws on influences for her music from Nina Simone, Joni Mitchell, Lauryn Hill and Amy Winehouse. Sandé copyright said that all her songs were about world peace and political issues. Sandé copyright said that the key to a good song when songwriting is using honesty and raw emotion is the best way to write. She said that if she attempts to write something which is too smart, the creative process will not work for her. Kill the Boy was one of the first ideas that came to Sandé copyright's head. She said if she has to work on a song longer than a day, she will not go back to it, as she said it won't work. She went on to say if it was to work, that the idea for the song would be almost instant. Personal life. In January 2012, Sandé copyright confirmed that she was engaged to her then unidentified, long-term boyfriend of 7 years. Her boyfriend had requested not to be identified and Sandé copyright said that he is not in the music industry but is a scientist. Sandé copyright's Bianca copyright was revealed as marine biologist Adele Gouraguine when the pair married in his home nation of Montenegro on September 15, 2012. Sandé copyright has said she will take his name and be still known as Emeli Sandé copyright. Discography. Our version of events, touring, headlining, our version of events tour, supporting, Coldplay, Malo Xylotota, music videos, awards and nominations, list of awards and nominations received by Emeli Sandé copyright, references. External links, official website, interview with Emeli Sandé copyright's manager, headquarters December 5, 2012.